Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having part 5 of the Byzantine Empire campaign in Medieval II Total War, and our goal is to try to wipe out the Danish and the Holy Roman Empire. And if the situation presents itself, we might also try to take Jerusalem. So, and I think in last episode we ended up capturing a rather large city, so our financial situation is rather decent. And of course, when we have money, we need to spend it. So, let's begin.
Orders? Your will. March! We can march no further today.
I don't think we want to upgrade these to forts, at least just yet. But would shipwright, it will actually bring quite decent amount of additional trade. So let's build it. And in Thessalonica we are already building. What about Corinth? Shipwright would increase trade a bit. A market the same amount. Let's go with market. And I think we should bring this general from Naples to Milan, so we could deal better with the public order issue there. And at the same time, I think some of these cities will need improvements related to public order as well. And maybe we could send a couple of these guys to help in the front against the Holy Roman Empire. That's actually quite large army there. In Krakow, I think we want to retrain the units. And in Breslau, let's see, it seems we don't have mercenaries available. Nuremberg, I think we should make some extra defenses and send these missile cavalry units quite soon to help in the siege of Prague. And in Milan, I think we should continue to train troops so that we can move them against Bern at the very least. And in Florence, maybe a market could be beneficial, even though it's quite small a city. And let's see about Heraklion, nothing to do there. Roads, let's build mustering hall so we can have some peasants there. And maybe a port in Bucharest. And what about Antioch? It's already building. And in Nicosia, I think we should make some extra troops to bring some aid to the mainland there.
Yes, full sail.
And I think we have a turn.
Binding forces, my lord. Splitting our covering word from Scotland. Noble Saglan to reach it. Very well. What's your next
And are they willing to pay for the map information? I guess they are. it seems the Danes are consolidating their forces. Hello, I'm trying to pronounce your name, Konstantinos Domatses. Did it go right? Welcome to the stream. Okay, and it seems we need to do something to Naples. And we have a couple of new family members here.
Name thy enemy, Lord.
I think they can be sent to West.
A good day's march ends.
And it seems this is about to rebel rather soon. Okay. So that's quite a bit of unrest. I don't think we want to keep it. So let's get rid of some of the... or then not. Let's move the army out from there. And prepare to siege Bern. And here maybe we want to build one unit as a garrison, and let's try to get taxes out of the city as much as possible. And I think these Byzantine infantries can join the siege there.
Your orders, number one. Of course, my lord.
Yes. Onward.
And do we have something to aid in the siege here? I guess we have. Okay, hello Konstantinos. Welcome to the stream. And I think we should begin to move out from Frankfurt rather soon. Maybe Magdeburg would be a decent enough target. And perhaps Innsbruck could use some extra defenses. And I think we have a turn. Thanks for the questions, Konstantinos. I actually haven't played those Game of Thrones mods, and so that's I cannot give reliable judgment about which of them is good or best. I think you could find them in the Steam Workshop or just by googling them. I think those might be the best ways to locate them. Okay, it seems our sieging force is getting attacked near Stettin. Fortunately, that's mostly infantry, so the garrison will be attacking our right flank. I think we want to take care of it first, since they have riders. And the initial attacking army has only skirmishers. So, if we manage to take out the reinforcements, I think we are in pretty good position to capture the fort. And it seems we have inflicted already at least one casualty. We just need to be careful not to get crushed between two of these armies.
Only half the enemy force remains.
And actually, this battle at the moment is going surprisingly well, considering those are some of the heaviest armored cavalry in the game. But then again, at least some of the arrows are coming from behind them, so I think we can send these guys to melee, and these guys here can go to start harassing the rest of the enemy army, or rather the initial enemy army. Excellent.
General is dead. We have sent the idiot to hell.
And I think we will try to take down these first. By the way, if anyone else in the chat knows where to find the Game of Thrones mod for Attila or Rome 1, please let us know. Maybe I could try it at some point. But currently my to-do list is actually quite full, so it will take some time before I can add some new games to it, or new mods. So unfortunately, if you are looking for answer to your questions in short term, I'm afraid my testing of it will have to wait quite some time. Oh, and I think that skirmish mode here would be beneficial.
have fought long and are becoming tired. I pray the course of this battle changes, because defeat seems almost certain.
Okay. Thanks for the suggestion. So I guessed a bit that you are from Greece based on your nicknames, alphabets or letters. So is it being cold autumn in Greece, or is it rather warm? Let's see if we can break that unit. If we can, we might have some hope of being able to beat the whole enemy army, but let's see. Okay. They are broken. I live in Finland. Let's try to take down those Viking raiders. And then let's make another charge on these dismounted feudal knights. And apparently it won't be working since we cannot get around this time. And I think we can survive with least casualties if these guys rout as well.
Only intervention by the Almighty Lord or a military genius can bring our enemies have snatched
Okay,
victory from us.
let's see if we can capture the fortress still.
Calling off the siege, my lord. A good day's march ends.
So Stettin seems to be vulnerable still. Let's see if the situation remains so.
Your orders, number one.
Yes.
And it seems they managed to reinforce the city.
If it is the fight you wish, your majesty. Orders. Mark, your majesty. Onward. Orders. My lord.
I'm not certain. I'm assuming you are asking me where do I live, but perhaps you care to correct me if I am interpreting that wrong. Could you elaborate a bit? I guess I'm not completely in what you are trying to say.
Let me strike, my lord. Who do I face?
Your majesty. Yes.
Okay. So what might be the other questions you are having in mind?
Orders. As my lord wills, we march to battle. Besieging settlement, my lord. Yes. Move out. Virgin armies.
Oh, video-wise. So usually I publish videos at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. About the local time here in Finland. In live videos, that's pretty much not too consistent because at the moment I'm at full-time job and I have family, and so it's a bit complicated at times to find time to do live videos. But usually once or twice a week, maybe in Wednesdays or in Saturdays about this time, I'm doing this stream at the moment. Did I answer your question?
Oh, yes. Your Majesty.
Your will. Yes, Lord. We continue tomorrow. Orders? Onward. Your orders? Plotting course now, my lord.
And let's bring some reinforcements
Plotting course.
there.
Yes. Oh, your Majesty. Binding forces, my lord.
And I think we have a turn.
We march no further today, lord.
Hello, Raven. Welcome to the stream. The time is about this 3:30 or 4, I guess it's PM. So usually at the same time as I'm doing the stream now, I tend to begin. I usually schedule the stream several days beforehand, so it's possible to notice the time of the stream ahead of the actual event.
Preparing an ambush.
Okay, it seems we managed to capture the city, but it seems at the same time our army rebelled. Well, that was not so nice, as it was rather large army. And of course at the same time it makes it quite difficult to get the city back. Let's see if we have some mercenaries available here. Apparently not. And of course in Nicosia we have limited selection of units available as well. I think we could bring these 3 guys to that front as well.
Your will. Yes, Lord.
Okay, bye. I think, thanks for the question, Raven. I think it's because, at least in this game, there is some minor probability every turn for an army that's not commanded by a general to rebel. And I guess in the case there, I just had bad luck that the rebelling army was so big. And of course in the Rome Total War games, the enemy agents are quite active at bribing armies, and I think that's one of the reasons those armies tend to rebel.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
So there are 2 walls we have to bypass. I think the first one we will use siege towers, and for the second one we will utilize those catapults. Yeah, it's really annoying when you lose such a large army that I did lose just last turn. So I think it should be that smaller armies would rebel more often than larger ones, but this system at the moment kind of encourages you to have proper leadership at all times in your armies. So I guess it's fine then.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
Okay, I think those catapults could start hitting that gate for the final time. And perhaps I should send these guys there to help as well. It seems there are quite a few decent enough mods. I have plans to play at some point, yes, but I haven't decided exactly when. Do you have any particular mod in mind that would be worth trying? Seems it's hard to hit those gates.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a...
Okay, great. Well, that didn't go too well. And it seems now the enemies are withdrawing from the walls.
Give grace to God. We have captured the enemy's walls.
Let's see if we could chase these guys down before they can go to reinforce the defenses at the next gate.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, good. And here, of course, the question is, should we try to batter down a wall or the gate? Okay, stainless steel. Yeah, I have seen several streamers play it. looks nice enough. I think I will give it a try, at least at some point. I think I might make a poll at least at some point, so you guys can vote what the modded campaign will be, or whether it will be in Medieval 2 or in Rome 1. I think it will be easier to blast this wall instead of the gates. Oh. The enemies are friendly enough to charge. So we might actually win the battle quite fast. Okay, excellent. And this fortress is actually quite important because now we can train troops to support our campaign in this area. We need to recapture Dijon, and then I guess there is at least one settlement we are going to take. Quite a few mercenaries available there. I think we can bring one of these guys to Budapest and the second one to Vienna. And maybe these guys can help in the outskirts of Dijon. And we have a turn. It's beginning to be quite large Danish army, a bit worrying. Okay, so the Russians have declared war on us. Do they have some armies nearby? I guess reinforcing these border forts will be quite beneficial.
Move out! Continue tomorrow, my lord.
And it seems very difficult to keep up the public order in Frankfurt. And maybe we should send these mercenaries to the front. And if we have them in other cities, we should get rid of them as well. And in Vienna, perhaps some buildings to improve public order are in order. Hello, Batlamais. did I pronounce your name correctly? And let's see if we could improve trade a bit. It will be perhaps too costly. So let's not do it. And Bucharest is losing public order. Interesting.
Your orders, number one. Your will. Yes, Lord. Yes.
And should we bring mercenaries from here? Let's see about our financial situation next turn.
Orders. 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 Yes.
And I think we have a turn. So the defenders here should be quite weakened. So at least break should fall to us rather soon. I guess someone died. And finally the public order in Frankfurt is improving a bit, at least. So, Raven, what's your favorite mod? And of course, everyone else feel free to answer as well. Okay, so once again, a traitorous army. And now the question is, should I get... I guess I should get these mercenaries. So we could try to retake Adana. And here this guy can go to Vienna. And that city should fall in one turn. And I think we should have enough troops here to move against Dijon once again.
Yes, Lord. Closing for battle. The day is ours, Lord. The day is ours, Lord. Yes. We cannot travel.
Is it besieged?
We can orders. A good day's march.
Yes? Move out.
And I think this army here should begin to move out rather soon. So we should get rid of that unrest pretty soon as well. And in Thorn... maybe Breslau will need some new troops soon as well. So, I guess we once again have a turn. And I kind of like this kind of battles when the enemy tries to come out of the city because it gives quite a decent advantage for the defender of the battle, or rather the besieger, because the enemies come out a bit by bit, and then it's possible to utilize missile weapons for great effectiveness on the enemies that come out of the gates. So some town militia, some mailed knights, and some artillery and archers.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory. The enemy general has no honor. He flees the field of battle and abandons his men.
I think it would be an excellent time to try to get the whole enemy army to flee. Let's see if we can manage to do it. Unfortunately, those mailed knights seem to be recovering.
Lord above is kind. We have captured the enemy's general. That would teach the cowardly dog to run. Now he can rest. And praise the
Okay,
Lord.
nice.
This is a clear.
We show little mercy. They deserve none. We march through your enemy's streets.
And with that army, I think we can target Magdeburg next.
I bring word from England. We cannot fight. Another proposition.
And let's see if they are willing to give us some money from map information.
It's good.
It seems they are.
Fruitful. Farewell.
Yeah, it seems so. And the reason for that is it pays off quite well, at least in this game. It's actually quite difficult, especially with the hardest difficulties, to play kind of the good guy when you are taking settlements. Because, for example, in Rome Total War, if you capture a huge city that's of different culture, of different religion, you can be almost certain that it will rebel if you don't exterminate it. I think at least partially the same thing in this Medieval 2 Total War, even though the situation is not quite as difficult here as it's in the Rome Total War.
enemy have brought up more men. They hope to make up in numbers what they
And I think we should try to take care of those crossbowmen before
appear to be gaining the upper hand.
they can start firing at us. Too much at least. And we don't actually want you to go to engage. Okay, hello, sweet Brazy. And it seems the skirmish mode isn't working properly, at least in this battle at the moment. And I think we should be able to take care of these guys in melee. I guess you are right here, Raven. Okay, and now we have the enemy reinforcements approaching. But this army should be ready to charge on that crossbow militia. I think that will be our first target there. And I guess these guys will break and rout. Okay, that crossbow militia has been broken. Then we have some artillery units here. I think we should be able to take care of them. And then we have some peasant archers here and some more ballistas. Let's see if we can slip by the enemy infantry here. And I guess we should be able to take on those feudal knights. And let's put these guys into position.
general has no honor. He flees the lord above his kind.
Okay,
We
nice.
captured the enemy's general. That would teach the cowardly dog to run. Now he can rest at our leisure.
So we are inflicting quite a few more casualties than we are suffering ourselves. But I think we need to take care of those archers. They are the most dangerous enemies for these missile cavalries. We still have some arrows left, so let's try to take them. Yeah, I tend to do streams, let's say, sometimes. Not too regularly, but sometimes.
Only half the enemy force remains.
And I think we should take care of those ballistas here. And the first one is routing already.
The enemy general has
And
no
the
honor.
second one
Glory
too.
is heaven above. Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well. Give the dog some wine, and be sure he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
And of course, if we manage to actually beat this Danish army, it would be quite nice. So that would leave their areas open to us. And at the same time, I think we should be able to take the castle. So we still have some arrows left. Steady, shaken, wavering, eager. Let's try to charge. Okay, they are breaking, good.
Praise the Almighty. Our enemy has lost his
We are
stomach
breaking
to
as
battle.
well,
We must
not so
use
good.
our advantage.
Okay, so they seem to have
Only half the enemy force remains.
only one more unit left. And I think we have done it.
The enemy flees the battle. Run down those worthless peasants.
Rather nice victory.
By the Lord above, our
And Stettin should be ours, and of course Magdeburg will be the next target.
The day is ours, Lord. The enemy are beaten. Noble Lord, we have conquered.
And actually, it seems some rebels are laying siege. That hasn't happened too often.
The enemy have laid siege upon us.
It's nice to see one's enemies fighting each other.
Yes, Lord, Your Majesty. Move out, yes.
And it seems the public order in Frankfurt has increased significantly. Basically, it means that this army here is ready to move out, and I think Staufen will be the target. And we can reinforce the army with these missile cavalry units. And here I think we want to make some defensive troops and then start retraining
Yes.
most of these guys.
Your Majesty. Orders. Your Majesty. Yes.
And then of course we have break there. Actually, let's start those building projects only when this general is out of the city. It's cheaper that way. And he can join forces for the siege of Magdeburg. So we can have 4 units to reinforce that army, but I think we will send them only after the siege has begun. And let's see about this rebel army.
Come face me.
Actually, they are the army that rebelled from us a short while ago. So let's see if we could bring some help from Budapest.
Who do I face? Yes, coming here, my lord.
Your Majesty.
And let's check the eastern front.
Yes, my lord. Leading the men at all. Your will. Yes, my lord.
And I think we will wait for the enemy to come out to attack us.
Mark. Your orders.
And we could also bring some reinforcements
Orders. My lord. Yes.
there, and actually buy some of as well. I think bowmen are actually better than melee cavalry, since the enemy has mostly missile cavalry. So archers should be quite efficient. That mining would be quite nice there. Not so here.
Your will. Name thy enemy, lord.
And perhaps we could send some troops from Nuremberg to Prague. And we have a turn. Yeah, rebels are laying siege. That's quite uncommon, but I have seen it several times before, both in this Medieval 2 and in Rome Total War as well. But I don't know the mechanics behind that. So when the rebels decide to lay siege and when not. But it gives the campaign some extra elements, because you cannot be certain if the rebels start to play aggressively at some point.
The enemy lays siege, my lord, but God is with us.
Okay, so only infantry. I think our missile cavalry should be able to deal with those guys quite easily. And of course, if we take, and when we take them down here, that will mean quite a lot of easier siege in Magdeburg. So let's keep our missile cavalry together. And let's hope the skirmish mode works as it should be working. And then let's put these infantry and the melee cavalry here in the back. I think we should have rather strong position here, even though the game estimates that the enemy is stronger. And it seems they are actually marching towards our general, so even better for us.
General flees like the coward he is. The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours. Glorious heaven above, our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well, give the dog some wine, and be sure he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
Okay, so those guys are fleeing. Okay, nice. Especially as that fort is open for us at the moment. And I guess that's enough.
By the Lord above!
Hello Skill, welcome to the stream.
Opening trade lane.
Okay, so the Mongols are coming. Don't think we want to upgrade Sofia.
Your orders, noble counts my word. Your orders, noble one.
We have generals there, but I think Corinth could use one. And then let's move against Dijon. We should be able to besiege it next turn.
Yes! Closing for battle! Yes, my lord. This is where we shall meet the enemy.
And I think we should be able to beat these armies rather easily and with some luck gain that Holy Roman fortress at the same time. So since it's only ballista, I think we will send our general first, followed by the missile cavalry, and then followed by the infantry.
The enemy are bringing in reinforcements.
So perhaps that ballista will get one shot off. Or then not.
Glorious heaven above! Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well. Give the dog some wine.
And
Be
let's
sure
look
to
up
see us
some
defeat the
nice
rest of the
defensive
army.
positions, while the missile cavalry moves forward to harry those enemy reinforcements. Let's position these guys here. So there is at least bodyguard. We have some other units as well. "51 bodyguards and dismounted feudal knights." So let's try to lure them to the crossbows. They should be able to make short work of those guys. And you are not supposed to engage in melee. Once again, the skirmish mode is being problematic. Guess crossbows can start to fire. And the pikes can move to engage. Or rather the spears. Oh, and the enemy infantry is actually coming here as well. Excellent.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Now his
So, now taking care of these dismounted feudal knights
if we remain true and hold
is
victory.
the most important thing. Okay, they are breaking.
Praise the Almighty! Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage.
And I guess that fort should be ours.
All of Christendom would...
Very good, my lord. The day is ours. The enemy unbeaten.
And rather nice loot.
Yes.
It would be nice to be able to retrain these Vardario Tai, but I guess we need to wait at least a bit. And then Metz will be our next target for that army.
Who do I face? My lord, should we spare any of them? Sooner or later, they will relent, my lord.
And I guess we should bring some of these guys to reinforce that army there. And then we should retrain the rest of these guys. And then we had this rebel army here.
On our victims.
That's quite a cavalry they have. Could we actually get some reinforcements from somewhere?
Orders. Your Majesty. March! A good day's march ends.
I guess we can bring some spearmen from Bologna
Move out,
and some archers from Venice.
my lord. We march
And
no
Zagreb
further.
needs to train some new troops.
Orders.
It seems the siege is going okay near Adana. And Antioch could build a port. And clearly some additional units. Aleppo should be rather easy pickings for us. Acre as well, and of course with those two castles or fortresses, our foothold in the Middle East would be quite decent. Hello Necromancer. Welcome to the stream. By the way, is your nickname referring to some particular, for example, fantasy world or something like that, since they have that Necromancer in the Hobbit trilogy and, of course, in many games and other books as well?
My sultan wishes you dead.
Simply your orders, number one. Yes. God will be with us. No.
Orders.
Name thy enemy, Lord.
And I think we have a turn. So it seems that Danish army... Okay, it's attacking us. Interesting. So it's rather weak, and then the reinforcing army should be rather weak as well. I think we will deal with that attacking army first, and then the reinforcing army. Yeah. Thanks for the suggestion, Necromancer. I think that kind of tournaments would be quite nice. There is some issue for me finding enough time in one go to arrange such a tournament, but I think the idea is excellent, and I will put that to the to-do list as well. So what game would you prefer in such a tournament? Would it be Rome 1 or Medieval 2?
The enemy have brought up more men. They hope to make up in numbers what they lack in bravery.
So I think I should bring these guys a bit closer to the battle there. Yeah, I agree that remastered would work better for Rome 1. Okay, I guess... yeah. I guess about the game and further specs for the multiplayer I could ask in a poll, but the suggestion is really good. So I will begin working on it. Okay, that would be nice. I agree that some rules would be necessary. For example, spamming only urban cohorts wouldn't make too much fun for a battle. I think here in Medieval 2 custom battles and in multiplayer battles, it's nice to have kind of unit limit, so that when you try to spam more of certain kinds of units, you will need to pay more for them. And I guess the multiplayer is a bit better planned in Medieval 2 overall. Rather, I think those guys should go to take care of them, and these can hunt down the feudal knights.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but praise the Almighty. Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must
Okay.
push our advantage.
I have, at least in my experience, the multiplayer battles tend to crash sometimes in the vanilla Rome 1. So that's a bit of an issue, but I don't think it's too bad of an issue.
Captured the enemy general. Guard him well. Give the dog some wine, and be sure he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
So every casualty we can inflict here is nice, but especially against that bodyguard, it would be really nice. And all of these guys have skirmish mode on. And let's try to lure these enemies to the range of those crossbows. They should be quite efficient there. And let's see if the crossbows could hit that bodyguard there.
Praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory. The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Okay, nice.
A worthy enemy, but no less dead for that. We must press our advantage. enemy flees the battle. Run down those worthless peasants.
And we don't have too many worthless peasants to run down. By the way, Necromancer, what do you think, how many hours should we reserve for that kind of tournament? I guess it would take at least several hours.
We have crushed them. This place is yours, my lord.
And let's hope defensive battle in this case is easier than offensive one. So one ladder, one battering ram, and on the other side no siege weapons. Okay, so basically I think we should try to hold the walls here. So let's put enough infantry here. I think they should be able to deal with those enemy spearmen, and then of course our own spears should be on the gates, especially. Then again, some units on the other areas of the walls will be beneficial, so we can shoot at the enemies that are trying to come around. And let's see how we will do. Of course, burning that ram would make things quite a bit easier. So now we need only to focus on the walls here.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours. The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
And now the question is,
Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight.
from where will these guys move against us? Or will they just remain in place? Unfortunately, there is no time limit. So I really hope that the enemy will do something other than just stand there. Let's leave this one unit here just in case, but I think the other units will be brought here. And since the enemy has very many feudal knights. I think the spears will be most efficient here. And of course, if we are able to entice them to fighting us near the walls, that would be quite nice, but let's see. At least some of the men need time to rest. And I guess when these guys are fresh, or what's the next one before winded, I think we are ready to move out. Or rather these guys. They are recovering a bit by bit, but it will still take some time. Usually if I have this kind of situation when I'm not streaming, I will have a book at hand and I will have time to read a couple of pages while I wait for the troops to catch their breath. So we have some mailed knights, feudal knights, peasants, swords and spearmen, and some more mailed knights arrayed against us. And it's taking quite a long time for these guys to catch their breath. Okay, winded and warmed up. And these guys are still tired. I guess the spear militias are in better shape than town militias. What about you in the chat? Do you have some suggestions how I should organize my attack against these guys? Or would it work that if I just quit the battle, I would lose it, but would I retain the city? Okay, it seems at least some of the enemy units are taking some steps forward. Okay, so cavalry harassment. Let's try to do that. And I guess I should slow down the game pace a bit. Yeah, I think those 4 towers there should be manned. Okay, at least those peasants got baited. For how long, that's a different question. And those swords and spearmen are coming too. Nice, and our towers are finally beginning to shoot. And now let's just make sure we can get away from the battle. Okay, so it seems their morale isn't that good. Okay, that's nice. Let's see if those swords and spearmen would come to the range of the towers as well.
Is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
And it seems the enemy cavalry is not moving against us. Let's see if we could use our spearmen and engage the enemy cavalry so that most of the enemy's left flank from our perspective would not join the battle. Okay, it seems the
Our favor. If we remain true
enemy
and wholehearted,
spears are moving
victory will be ours.
to join the fray here.
Praise to our
Oh,
Lord. Our men
that was
slain
the enemy general as well. So let's make sure that that enemy unit does not return to the battle. And let's make also sure that... Okay, it seems those spearmen might still be trouble.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
Okay, thanks for the comment, Kutsi. See you. Bye.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory. Only half the enemy force remains.
Oh, and we have a victory. Nice. I guess there still is... Oh, actually I think that's because the last enemy infantry left or fled the battle. So I guess the most optimal strategy would have been to leave the cavalry units in peace and only take care of those enemy infantry units.
Yes? Yes.
But at least I think I will be able to remember it for later campaigns.
Yes, my lord. This is where we shall meet the enemy.
Some mercenaries.
The enemy are...
Hello, Eric.
Yes. Closing
Welcome to the stream.
men. Bring our people forward.
Should be easy battle here, but auto-resolving it might cause too heavy casualties, so that doing the siege would be quite a bit more difficult. Yeah. Even when playing medieval Total War, there has to be some kind of link to the Roman Empire.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory. The enemy general flees. Praise the Almighty! Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage.
And I guess that's it. And we got third golden chevron. That's actually pretty rare, at least in my playthroughs. I think the Byzantine Empire has one of the best missile cavalries in Medieval 2. That's clearly their strength.
We lay siege. When shall we attack?
Orders. Yes, Lord. Closing for battle. Besieging settlement, my lord.
Well, maybe we can just lay siege there. By the way, what's your favorite faction in Medieval 2? Oh, and once again, let's begin those building projects only after the general has left. And I think we should go to the Danish heartland next. Well, Hamburg might not be the heartland, but that will be our target. Nonetheless. Some scouts. Let's see if we could have some reinforcements. And let's see if we could beat the garrison at the same go. Okay, Holy Roman Empire. Another heir to the real Roman Empire. But I guess the Byzantines and also the people living in Holy Roman Empire saw themselves as heirs to the Roman Empire. Quite far into the history, actually.
The enemy have brought up more men. They hope to make up in numbers what they lack in bravery.
And maybe we should just charge.
Only the enemy flees the battle. Run down those worthless peasants.
And it's time to move against the enemy reinforcements. What do you think is or what unit do you use the most while playing as Holy Roman Empire? So 2 units of peasants, 1 unit of dismounted feudal knights and a bodyguard. And of course, taking down that bodyguard is the most essential thing here. Oh, Norse archers.
unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
And are these guys actually fleeing?
Praise the Almighty!
Okay, excellent. So, we should have Hamburg for us.
This is a clear victory that goes.
And road to Aarhus should be open. Oh. So those scouts got away. Well, they shouldn't remain there too long.
When shall we attack the wars then, my lord? We march on our victims. When shall we attack the wars then, my lord?
And I guess we should disband these guys. And send this general to Budapest. And let's see the Eastern Front. So I guess the Mongols should begin to give those Turks and Egyptians rather hard time, rather soon.
Yes.
And it seems Jerusalem is Egyptian city.
Plotting course now, my lord. Dropping
And Milan is once again problematic. So there is unrest, religious unrest, and squalor. I think we should make a couple of these guys to help keep up the public order, and then we need to save for those upgraded city walls, or huge city walls. And I think the Holy Roman Empire will lose Cairo rather soon. Let's see if we are able to hold those Russians from our castles. I think I should reinforce those garrisons there a bit further. And it seems Krakow is having some issues with public order as well. And the Mongols are coming. And let's see. So Zagreb should be upgraded. It's holding up pretty well for now. But I need to keep that in mind. So let's try to take Hamburg. And let's use night attack. And now we should have the finances. To build the huge stone wall here and the stone wall here. And this city will hold out for one more turn. And now the question is, should I already begin to move against Aleppo? Perhaps making the troops for that is in order. And this guy was supposed to go to Thessalonica, I guess.
Yes, Your Majesty. Yes,
And let's bring these guys back.
my lord. Orders.
Quite a lot of heretics actually in here at the moment.
Your Majesty. Move on, as my lord wills. We march to battle.
So they will hold out for 5 turns.
Yes, Your Majesty. Onward. We march
And
no
then let's
further.
reinforce the garrisons here. And in Halik as well.
I look forward to fighting you.
And what to do with Krakow? I think we should be able to keep it.
Yes,
And should we start pushing northwards right away? Maybe we should.
We show little mercy. They deserve none. Command me.
yes,
Name thy enemy, Lord. We march on our victims.
And I guess I have to do this manually or I will lose too many units here. And once again I think missile cavalry should not go to engage in melee, but rule the battlefield. Okay, hello Antonio. Yeah, that's the plan. Welcome to the stream.
The enemy fought. The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
And that should do the trick here.
General, that would teach the cowardly dog to run. The enemy flee. This is a clear.
And let's continue northwards. And we can even begin the siege of Aarhus this turn, and the garrison there is quite weak. So maybe actually taking these guys with us and using these guys to garrison might be the better option there. And the defenses at Metz are quite strong. I would like to bring some reinforcements there. And I think
Your orders, number one.
once again we have a turn.
Yes. Orders.
Okay, one battering ram and one ladder. Let's hope the Russians will have their hands full with the Mongols soon enough. So the ladders are on this side. Interesting. I guess I don't want to count on it too heavily. Are they actually bringing the ladders there? Interesting. So we want to fire at those spearmen especially.
The enemy have ladders at the walls. Repel the attackers. Give them steel.
And the AI of these missile units is not the brightest. Let's hope they can close the gate. Of course they cannot. So much for that.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
Let's hope we could take down that heavy cavalry. It would make things quite a bit easier. At least they are taking casualties. I think we want to fight in melee against heavy cavalry.
praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
Okay, those archers are routing. Not too many enemies left.
Only half the enemy force remains. Praise to our Lord.
Okay,
Lord,
nice.
help us. We have lost half of our men. The enemy flees the battle.
Okay. So, the defenses here most definitely need to be improved.
No, the day is ours, Lord. The enemy are beaten. My lord, the enemy lays siege. What shall we do?
Do the Danes have cities in Sweden and Norway? I actually cannot remember. I think there is Stockholm and Oslo, but I guess they are not Denmark starting cities. So I guess these guys are well in position. So let's bring these guys into position too. So let's see if those Cuticons would want to engage us in melee.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
And the percentages are looking rather good. Let's just hope that the enemies will begin breaking soon.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Okay, looking good. And the enemy general is taking quite a beating. Let's hope that those spears will break there.
The enemy general has no honor. He flees the field of battle and abandons his men.
And I think the missile units can do the rest here.
It is unwise to... The enemy general flees like the coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit of his army.
And it seems all of our units are shooting on that guy. And finally he went down.
Blessed! The enemy general is dead! We have sent the idiot to hell!
So, I guess all of the enemy units have broken at least once. So we might be in a position to finish them off with a cavalry charge.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a world. My lord, we have the enemy.
Okay, nice. So, finally, Adana is ours.
They deserve none. We have crushed them. This place is yours, my lord.
And we should upgrade Genoa. I think we should do it right away. And let's bring these two units to Hamburg and this Varda Riotai here. And maybe the wall in Genoa can wait a bit. And we can combine some of these units here. So that we can get at least one more mercenary unit. And I think I will dare to auto-resolve it with these troops. Yes. And I think taking... Okay, so we need to bring the general in. But let's make these buildings already. And
Let me strike, my lord.
Orders. Binding forces, my lord. Your Majesty. Yes. Orders. Your Majesty. My lord.
maybe I should bring some reinforcements to Metz.
Yes. Orders. Move out. 39. Yes.
Perhaps some infantry as well.
Binding forces, my lord. Yes, lord. This is where we shall meet the enemy.
And the city will hold for 4 more turns. I guess we are patient enough for that. And in Yasi we most definitely will need to have some more troops. Perhaps in Bran as well. And then to the eastern front. So this most definitely needs to be upgraded. And I think we will leave those archers as garrison and take the rest of the army with us. And I think we will move against Acre next turn. Oh, except we will need another of these generals to take command of this army here.
We cannot travel there. Yes. Your Majesty. Orders. Yes. Splitting our forces. Orders. Orders.
And they can move against Aleppo.
Yes. Your Majesty.
And at the moment we have 43 regions. So I guess actually this army will head directly towards Jerusalem. Or maybe I don't want to leave Acre for the enemy in our back. So that will be the primary target there. And we are a couple of cities from victory. And it seems the best way to avoid or to beat Mongols is to avoid them altogether. Basically meaning that the Byzantine Empire heads to west and moves fast enough to take care of the enemies so that victory conditions can be achieved before the Mongols become a real issue. So do the enemies have... I guess they have catapults. So basically it means that our defensive line will be in the city center, but we will have at least some units on the walls. For example, these peasants. And since crossbows have decent enough range, they will be on the walls. And we want to have these towers manned. So we are going to have some units here as well. then the second crossbow unit will be on this wall. Yeah, the victory condition for me is the normal Byzantine victory condition, so holding Jerusalem and 45 settlements. Okay, only ballistas, so... thanks for the question, Alex. And I guess this is the wall they want to knock down. And it seems our crossbows are firing. Fortunately not too much, because they most certainly can use their arrows better than to hit those ballistas only. So will they target the towers next? I think the crossbows can spare their ammo for some real targets.
The walls have fallen. Steel and valiant hearts must be our walls now.
So is this wall their next target? I guess it is. Let's hope those ballistas run out of ammo pretty fast, so that the real battle could begin. Are they actually shooting their own men there? So it seems one ballista is firing, but not the others. Let's see if we could use cavalry to do some damage here. And I don't know what's wrong with these guys so that they have to go to melee, always. Always to the melee first. Okay, and still those ballistas are causing troubles. And let's hope we have some real targets now. And once again these guys are leaving too. Okay, that was nice.
The enemy general flees like the coward he is. It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle. The enemy have ladders at the walls. Repel the attackers.
And they brought ladders while they already have breaches on the wall. Okay. Unfortunately, it seems one of our crossbowmen units is breaking.
God save us! The enemy have the walls! Look to our defense, or all will be lost! It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
Okay, nice. Seems these crossbows are quite murderous bunch.
Battle is in our favor. The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men. It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
Okay, let's make sure that those guys don't start firing arrows on us.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
Then we have some heavy cavalry left and some ballistas. And I think we should have victory rather soon.
The enemy flee. The enemy.
Okay, nice.
No, the day is ours, Lord. The enemy are beaten.
Okay, so the Turks declared war, or not declared, but acted so that there is war. So we are going to need some extra defenses here.
Orders.
Yes. Your orders, number one. Yes.
Your Majesty. Bringing up orders. 13 armies. Your Majesty. Yes. Orders. Besieging settlement, my lord. Maintain
Your orders, number one. Of course, my lord. Your orders, number one. As you wish. Forming two armies. It is an honor to lead these armies. Who do I face? We march on our victims. Sooner or later.
Oh, and I'm going to need some infantry there as well.
Yes, my lord.
Yes. Orders. Move out.
Full sail.
Perhaps some reinforcements in these forts. And then of course Halik needs to be repaired and reinforced. Thanks for the comment, JMC Jin. I agree with you. On the other hand, my plan is to win the game before the Mongols have too much chances to cause us troubles. I think we should send some cavalry units with that new general and hope that Aarhus will have enough public order.
Who do I face? We shall send them to hell or worse. March! We show little mercy. They deserve none.
Orders. Yes. Move out. Your Majesty. Orders.
Okay, that should do it there.
Name thy enemy, Lord.
7 turns, 3 turns, and I guess some extra troops here would be also beneficial. Perhaps some public order buildings in Frankfurt and in Prague as well. And I think Oh, that's bad. We don't necessarily need Aleppo, but having a fort there could add us to our security quite a lot. Okay, so Thorn is besieged. I think there at least the garrison should be quite enough to deal with any threats.
We are besieged.
The enemy fleet attacks us. We must withdraw now.
That's actually quite bad. I think it's very beneficial for us to be able to reinforce our armies from Nicosia.
Yes, madam.
But let's see. Okay, Nicosia is ready to upgrade it. Antioch can be upgraded. Unfortunately, our monetary situation is a bit weak.
Who do I face?
But let's hope. Oh.
Name thy enemy.
The odds really are not on our side in this battle.
On our victims. When shall we attack?
What about Aleppo?
We will engage them honorably, my lord.
So 3 units of Mamluk archers. They are quite tough, but I think our spear militias should be able to handle them.
Yes.
Let's bring in a couple of more of them.
Yes. Fighting for
Your orders, noble one. God will be with us, men. To battle. God will help the faithful
Okay. Actually, I didn't know that Byzantines could sail to the New World. That's news for me, at least. Fortunately, it seems only one set of walls. And with some luck, I think our archers might actually be able to
Our men have reached the gate with the
take care of
battle
the enemy army. So let's bring the spears to the front to provide some cover, and then let's give the
ram. Fallen.
archers free rein to deal with the enemies. Okay, it seems the enemies are moving against us.
Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us now.
Maybe I should send the spears to engage.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory. The enemy general lies dead. Good riddance to that desert dog. Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, nice.
The day is ours. The enemy are beaten. Noble lord, we have conquered.
Orders. Your Majesty.
And let's send these guys back to Antioch.
Move out.
And
Your orders?
I think we could use some additional infantry
Yes. Yes.
in the siege of Acre as well. Of course,
Orders. Your Majesty.
I think Antioch will need some extra defenses as well. And maybe next turn we could ship from Nicosia some extra troops. We have one more turn. We can wait. And of course the question is, should we bypass Acre and head directly towards Jerusalem? But I guess we are not going to do it, at least yet.
We shall send them to hell or worse. We tore them apart, my lord. Victory! Approaching, my lord.
Calling off the siege, my lord.
Oh, and I guess the army besieging Dijon rebelled. Well, that's too bad, and it seems the French are eyeing Milan rather greedily.
With your lives.
Well, at least we will have a bit better income. Okay, only 2 units of melee units. So basically, if we manage to destroy the ram and rout both of those, we should be victorious, and that basically means that we will defend the walls. Well, I guess this is how much we are going to do for this battle here. And let's hope that battering ram will burn.
Our enemies' ladders have reached our walls. It is
Apparently
time
it
for
won't.
future work. Grave tidings! Our enemy are at the gates! Holy Mother of God! The enemy's ram is through our gates! It is unwise to praise the dead. Only half the enemy force remains. The enemy
Okay,
general
nice.
has no honor. He flees the field of battle and abandons his men.
So, what do we have to deal with still? Okay. Fortunately, that was quite efficient. And not even too many survivors. And of course it's annoying that they are blocking those ports there. And it seems the Turks are besieging our settlements.
The enemy lays siege, my lord, but God is with us.
And let's see what the Egyptians will do.
The fools lay siege.
I agree. The peasant archers are surprisingly good. I think they can easily take down even, for example, dismounted mailed knights if they can shoot from behind. And that's possible in surprisingly many battles. I don't think we want to take such a disloyal guy. I guess we can take this general to Thorn. And let's take this guy to Sofia.
We can march no further today. Name thy enemy, lord. Your orders? Who do I face? My lord, should we spare any of them?
We have one infantry unit. So, let's hope it's enough.
Kill them all, men!
Oh, we have 2 infantry units. Nice. And there are several walls. So let's hope that the enemies are not utilizing those walls very well. Then again, the good thing is that this is rather defensible position. Mamluks, bodyguard, and something else.
It will not be long before our enemy's defenses fall.
That's a good suggestion. I think I might want to do that. Yeah.
Our siege towers have reached the walls. Now the butcher's work begins. Give grace to God. We have captured the enemy's walls.
Oh, decided to come out to attack. So maybe these spearmen could be used a bit better, and these guys should take the ram. And let's hope our general won't fall. Okay, Mamluks and Mamluk archers.
Only half the enemy force remains.
And now is the real test. Actually, let's see if we could take the city center and thus put some pressure on the bodyguard.
Excellent! Our men have taken control of the castle. It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
And now we can shoot these guys in their back.
The enemy fleet.
Excellent.
Victory! They stood no chance. I will not waste words on you.
And I think we will bring most of our army directly against Jerusalem. So we will leave these two guys there to be retrained, but otherwise we will begin the siege there right away. Oh, that's a bit too few troops as a garrison, it seems. Let's try to bring these guys to help us. Oh, Damascus. Okay, let's besiege it. And let's try to get some troops from Antioch to Acre. There. And this army can push forwards there. In Thorn, we want to retrain the troops. And now we have a proper general, or rather soon, and then those merchants around Antioch. And perhaps better walls in Aleppo. Let's retrain those. And I think we have a turn.
foes appear to be gaining the upper hand in these battles.
So the enemy is going to have one ladder, some siege weapons. So basically it means that should we stay on the walls or should we be in the city center? I guess we will be in the city center. And let's hope they won't be shooting all of the ammo from the ballistas.
Must be our walls now.
So I guess it's going to take a while for the enemy to pound those walls. Okay, so they are shooting those towers next. I'm just wondering how could I best support those archers? So perhaps a general charging so that these guys should be able to shoot from the sides, but I don't remember what kind of units the enemy has. So there might be some missile cavalry, which we need to deal with first. I guess that tower is their next target. Okay, finally. And of course they need to scale the walls and break the gates before they can enter. Or will they enter and break the gates? So at least some spearmen, missile cavalry, and it seems to be archers as well. So let's hope that missile cavalry comes first.
The enemy have taken them. The enemy general lies dead. Good riddance to that desert dog. Pray his death will break his immense resolve. Lord protect us. Our general lies slain upon the
Well,
battlefield.
that didn't go too well.
Only intervention
That's
by
what
the
you get
Almighty Lord
for charging
and military genius can
spears.
prevent victory from this disgrace. For the moment, the enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Too bad that the general died.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory. The enemy are...
A man of an hour would be nice, but I doubt we are going to get it.
Enemy are beaten.
Be ready to give all for God and kingdom men. To units, await my orders.
Yeah, that's my experience too. Maybe I should utilize the walls here. So there is going to be a siege tower and ladders. Or maybe it's just better to defend the city square. And I guess the peasants can man the walls a bit, and then this Vardariotai. Okay. Thanks for the comment, Serkan. Yeah, I think the details here in Medieval 2 Total War are rather nice.
Our enemy's ladders have reached our walls. It is time for butcher's work.
So, still some damage, and I think it's time to withdraw.
Our cunning foe has reached out. The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours. To arms, General! The enemy's ram has breached the gate. God save us! The enemy have the walls. Look to our defense, or all will be lost.
I guess I commanded these guys a bit to the wrong direction, and it seems once again they are unable to act smartly in city environment. So, now we have the enemies coming here.
Our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
I'm not certain we want to shoot fire arrows. I think the enemy cavalry should break soon. And especially these guys here should focus on those Turkomans.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
I think once these break, we will try to pursue.
The enemy are badly bloody. They have lost half their men.
By the way, JMC Jin, another unfortunate consequence of losing too many family members is that
If we remain true and
the armies will rebel
victory will be ours.
a bit more. Okay, that's bodyguard. I don't think we will want to pursue anymore. But let's take care of those Armenian archers.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted,
Oh.
victory will be ours.
And this is not nice. We want to get out of here. For example, to the outside of the city, so that the enemy general doesn't kill us. Then again, if we move outside and he remains inside, we might be able to charge his back.
The battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours.
Okay, so
Our men have slain
high
the
authority
Saxon
would
general.
be quite
Now we must
beneficial,
send his men running back to the desert.
and it seems Armenian cavalry is beating our bodyguard. So it's time to get to the city center, hopefully to safety.
Praise the Almighty.
And a
Lord
victory.
above.
No! The day is ours! The enemy are beaten!
So, if we manage to win this battle well enough, I think we have victory.
Kill them all, men!
Yeah, agreed on that. Difficulty to getting the high authority. I usually end up having my faction leader hold up in a city. And no surprise that the authority amount is a bit small.
The enemy are bringing in reinforcements.
think this here is rather good defensive position to fall back even if the situation so requires. Okay, those are Mamluk archers. I guess they are quite tough. But if the enemy decides to move, we should have a shot taking quite a few of them down. Let's see if those Mamluk archers will engage in melee. Doesn't look like so. Or maybe it does. So let's send in the general to help. Okay, apparently they don't want to fight in melee anymore. But if we can take down those archers, it would be nice. And are we firing those spears already? I guess we are.
It's unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
Oh, that was a mistake. Okay, archer militia.
Only half the enemy force remains.
And I think the army on the hill should be able to take care of the rest of this army. Because actually this isn't even our primary target, but only a secondary one. So because of that, I think we are going to charge and try to break it. And then we are going to try to flank these guys. And then we should try to focus on the second enemy army. Let's see if we can take out these Mamluk archers as well. Apparently not. Those archer militias are actually... okay. Or they're not. So those archer militias are quite far ahead of the rest of the enemy army. So I think we could break them.
Battle is in our favor. If we remain true and wholehearted, victory will be ours. Praise the Almighty! Our enemy has lost his stomach to fight. We must push our advantage.
And everyone who still has arrows should focus on the enemy general. And those guys not having arrows,
They have lost half their men.
maybe we could take down that spear militia. Excellent.
It is unwise to praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle and forging a worthy victory.
And let's just hope that our army won't break.
Battle is in our favor. If we remain true and whole, the Lord above is kind. We have captured the enemy's
Excellent.
general. That would teach the by the Lord
And
above,
I think we
our
might have
foe is
actually
much
won the game.
very good, my lord.
And hopefully we don't have to defend too many siege assaults before the victory.
The battle is lost. Fall back. A good day's march ends. There is nothing to salvage here. Scatter. Flee. This is not good, Lord.
We show little mercy. They deserve none.
And we have a victory. Nice. So, thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you will get informed whenever new videos released or whenever a new stream is about to begin. And I think I'm going to ask you about what to stream next. I think there will be some campaigns from Medieval 2 Total War, maybe some modded campaigns, and maybe some campaigns from Rome Total War or Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion. Thanks from the comment, JMC Jin. And all of you watchers have a great rest of the day.